What is good, everybody, man? This is, of course, the greatest Russian on 2K, ExactoKnife. I'm in the building. Shout out to all my people here supporting. Drop the like for the vid even starts. You know what I'm saying? That I got a lot of people that be saying, you know what I'm saying? Yo, how come you wear the same jacket every time? And my answer to y'all is hold my nuts. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into the video. Okay, this is going to be the shooting badges as always. On top of just ranking them, I'm going to give the reasons why. I'm going to explain what play styles these badges are good for. And I'm going to explain how the badge actually works and what levels it should be ran on and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Everything I know about the game. This video has taken longer to drop because they've been dropping patches. I'm mostly a next-gen player, but even for current-gen, they've been dropping patches. They've been doing all type of crazy shit. So I had to make sure I'm giving y'all the official, the real deal, at least until the next big patch drops, if such drops in general. Alright, so let's get into it. Without further ado, let's get right. Do also keep in mind that the prices of badges on next gen change depending on what your attributes are. It's just I have it like screenshotted like that, you know what I'm saying? So don't pay attention to that. First things first, blinders, man. I would say this is a high skilled badge to use, although most low tier players can run up the court and utilize this badge. It basically prevents you from being contested from everywhere but the front, which is what Deadeye is for. It prevents you from being contested everywhere but the front, the sides. It makes it very hard. You have to jump at people to contest them. It allows for people to crab, which is when they slither between you and the three-point line and get a shot up. This badge is going into the S tier. Even guards that don't really know how to use it, even corner shooters can use some, can get some utility out of it. If you're a guard that learns how to use this, this is one of the most broken things in the game. Like I said, if you come through in my streams, if you watch me play, the guards I play with, if you watch other top guards on the gameplay, you know that this badge is absolutely ridiculous and it's very hard to defend and it's absolutely meta defining. Up next, we have catch and shoot. A lot of people tend to downplay this badge ever since it was introduced in 2K17. This, in my opinion, has been one of the best shooting badges for everyone but the primary ball handling guard, who's obviously not going to be catch and shooting unless it's like a reset or something. Either way, you should have a high enough three. For a spot up, for anybody on the game that shoots the basketball but does not dribble the basketball, so pretty much everybody on the court but the main guard, catch and shoot is a phenomenal badge on any level. Put it as high as you can get it. The higher you get it, the better. Most people that are locks and stuff are probably going to be having it silver to gold, not higher. But every time you shoot the basketball, you're going to be shooting off the catch. You want to put on as many badges as you can that are activating as much as possible. I low-key feel like the reason for everybody hitting all these whites is not even the shooting or any of the other badges that are later on in this list, but everybody's catch and shooting, and I see a lot of people that hit just fucking 5, 10, 20 whites in a row in the rec center. I know they have catch and shoot because I have it myself, and it's a crazy badge. If you never want to miss, you gotta have it on. Up next, we got Chef. You know what I'm saying? It recently got buffed. It helps you on moving threes and limitless threes after you dribble, so you can still dribble, stop, and shoot, and it helps you shoot from deep. It is limitless range shots this year on both gens are not incredibly overpowered. I think people thought that Chef is going to be like Hall of Fame Limitless from all the past years, or Hall of Fame Range Extender as y'all know it, and it's just going to allow you to bomb from half court. This year you got to activate the sharp take that allows you to shoot from deep if you really want to be bombing from deep, or you got to have a very, very high three. I kind of like that gameplay because with this badge, yes, you can knock down from dumb deep, but it's not like 100% consistent shot like it used to be. It's still way tougher to hit deep shots. It's going in the A tier. If you know how to fade in the corner, like the guard I play with Mario, if you know how to fade, if you know how to operate around the screen and quickly run around, even though there are better badges for dribbling around and then stopping and shooting, this badge is phenomenal to have it as high as you can as a small guard. If you're not a small guard that primarily dribbles at the top of the key, badge doesn't have a lot of use for you. There's a different badge that you can put on. Alright, up next, Circus threes. If you're a Ticino type player, if you're somebody that loves, it's only for step back threes. Step back when you hold the controller back, like in terms of the right stick, and while holding turbo and running away from the basket. If that's your type of shot in the corner on the wing, I mean, I've seen people hit yellows, 30s. I've been bopped by this badge multiple times, but when it comes to like something as you're doing as a form of offense or with limited badge points, it has to go in the C tier. It's way too specific, although it does do its job. If you like this badge, enjoy it. You're a bad person if you use this badge on 2s to the corner. That's for you right there. You see that right there? That's for you. If you're on 2s and you go to the corner with this badge and step back over and over, you're a bad fucking person. Up next, we got Clutch Shooter. A lot of games that are competitive tend to be pretty close to share due to how many 3s are being allowed and how many shots are going up and just the overall meta of the game. You know what I'm saying? And Clutch Shooter, instead of nobody's rim running late down the stretch of the game, everybody's trying to get a shot. So I will put this badge in the B tier. Actually, last night I lost to a guy that it was 19-19. We were down early. 19-19, I box him for 23 seconds. He gets the ball back, catch and shoot, smothered. It was like a 30% yellow contest, and I'm a lock. And he greened it. But you know what I'm saying? So for situations like that, this badge definitely comes in clutch. If you're in the corner, have it at least on bronze. It just helps you, like, if you get a little bit of a lag spike, if you get a full bar, just that little bit of increase, you're not doing nothing else anyways, especially if you're a spot up. So have it on at least on something. Up next, corner specialist. A lot of people tend to rank this badge like toward the bottom. You know, it's just corner specialist, bro. Everybody spaces the floor this year. Centers be popping to the corner. Centers rarely pop to the wing. They usually pop to the corner. Spacing is paramount to this game. I'm putting the corner specialist badge in the A tier. This badge is very important, even on just silver or bronze, or if you can get it higher, even better. It greatly increases. I feel like it gives you better animations from the corner. Once I put it on, I stopped getting a lot of gathers. I stopped getting weird catches. It as well as glue hands, of course, that helps a lot too. But I feel like corner specialist is, if you're shooting from the corner, if you're spacing the floor, if you're not the primary ball handler up top, you gotta have it on, bro. It does not matter what position you play. If you shoot the ball, have it on if you're not the primary guard. Up next, we got Deadeye. Deadeye is not as good as Blinders, obviously, because it only helps on actual contest, as Blinders prevents contest. You want to prevent the contest. You don't want to be contested. But Deadeye, I see, if you're a tall player like 2K19, this badge does seem to operate really well, even on low tiers, on post fades, on catch and shoot 3s, on dexing, etc. It works really well. It allows people to hit anything below a 10% with any level of Deadeye is going to be pretty much a wide open shot. So if you're somebody that takes shots with late closeout from the front of your player rather than, like I said, with Blinders from the side, definitely recommend having this badge on at least something. If you're in the corner and you like a little bit of a taller player and you have a slower shot, also have it on. Difficult shots. Now, Chef is for moving 3s. You know what I'm saying? Moving 3s of any sort. Circus 3s is for step back 3s. Difficult shots, and I'm not arguing with anybody because it's literally been tested. It's in the badge description. Difficult shots is only for moving mid-range shots. So step backs, faders, whatever. If you're a 2s player and you play like that around the screen and you love taking those pull-ups, I guess you could say it's like a B to C tier badge. I'm putting in the D tier. Anywhere on this game, even on the 2s, to be honest. If you're struggling to make mid-ranges of any sort, I don't know what to tell you, bro. And if you're taking mid-ranges in the first place as a primary form of offense, I don't know what to tell you either. If you like this badge, use it. I would not recommend it if you're a guard that's fading on the 2s. I imagine you already have like a 90, 99 mid-range. In which case, if you're missing shots, bro, difficult shots ain't gonna help you. You might need to say a prayer. You need Jesus in your life, bro, if you're missing mid-range shots. I see players with 70, 80 mid-range, like making everything from the mid-range, like trolling and shit. Up next, fade ace. Now, motherfuckers gonna call me old for saying this. A lot of us, oh, it's F tier. But it's like you have to rank it for what the badge is. Y'all gonna say it's F tier, y'all gonna say it's E tier, it's D tier, until y'all go against a post or even at like a shot creating guard. A lot of guards use this badge. I've seen in Pro-Am and Rec and stuff like that, bro. You go against somebody that knows what they're doing with fade ace, bro, and they have post take, good game. The game is over. There's nothing you can do. Unless you perfectly predict and read the contest, you're not getting a stop, bro. How do we fucking tell you? You know what I'm saying? This is the Michael Jordan, the Dirk Nowitzki, you know what I'm saying? The Karl Malone badge. The turnaround jumper becomes extra smooth with this. The fade rating, by the way, in this game is linked to your mid-range on next gen, and obviously on current gen it's separate, so use that information as you will. And if you're somebody that likes to take that type of shot, I've tested all the different tiers of it. I will say Hall of Fame is like a little bit of like law of diminishing returns. I feel like lower tiers give you a big boost. I'm not sure if any tests have been done on it yet this year. I feel like if you're a guard or like a small forward, try it on like bronze or silver if you want to have fun. Like I said, it's so fun to take those step backs and shit like that, especially if you have post or shot creator take. I feel like they both help for taking those type of shots. Unless we got green machine. A lot of people also saying that green machine sucks this year because everyone makes every white. How do we tell you that if you shoot nothing but whites, you're not going to be consistent to the point of where you're going to win every single game? My goal is to win games, and my goal is for y'all, my supporters, to be winning all of y'all games. Green machine, if you're in the corner, cool. If you're an outside center, cool. It only starts helping you after you green 2 shots in a row. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. In past 2Ks, people have said that when you shoot a full bar or close to a full bar white and it's a green animation, it counts towards your green machine. This year, a lot of people shoot a full bar and people are like, oh, they're making whites. If you get a green animation on a white, that's supposed to be a green to my understanding. So if that's 100% confirmed, I'll put this in the A or S tier. For now, I'm going to put it in the B tier because for any guard with a high rating, you should be greening most of your shots. And once you do get green machine up, obviously it's better to green your shots than to white them. It's not going to be full bars that you miss. It's not going to be whites. It's not going to be bounce backs. If you're greening every shot, it's way better. If you're a guard with a very high 3-point, definitely recommend having this badge. A sweet spot is silver, gold for this badge. If you're a spot up, you can have it bronze if you're playing 2s, if you're taking a high volume of shots. But like I said, man, if information comes out that actually helps you, look out for like 2K Labs or whatever. If they do a test, if greens, fake greens actually count as greens, this badge going into the S tier. Hot Zone Hunter. Once again, people will say shooting is so easy. What do I need Hot Zone Hunter for? I've tested this myself. Gives you every type of shot becomes much more smoother from hot zones in general. But with Hot Zone Hunter, it just, the shot feels smoother. You hit your green window better. And this year, you can go to My Career and you get all your hot zones and then they stay permanently. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get a certain amount of shots from each hot zone in the park when they expire after 50 games. Get all your hot zones, get Hot Zone Hunter as high as it goes. You're not going to miss from any spot on the floor. Ever. That's pretty much, if you have Hot Zone Hunter, it's going into the A tier. Hot Zone Hunter, catch and shoot, corner specialist. That's like the trifecta of goated badges for spot ups. You're not missing, bro. You go to the corner, you're not missing. Go to the wing, you're not missing. You're catching, shooting, you're greening all day. Up next, I'm going to spot up. This is another badge that saw a buff in the patch, or rather a fix in the recent patch along with Chef. It doesn't really, it's for catch and shoot threes from deep, from anything beyond like a couple feet behind the 3-point line. Very important if you're playing the rec, somebody has to be in the hash, or pro-am, somebody has to be on the hash. Very important if you're a popping center who likes to go deep, and I ain't talking about that Janet Jackson song. Definitely have it on if you're anybody that does not consistently either just sit in a corner or just handle the ball and pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? If you're not the primary guard or somebody that only sits corner, have this badge on. It's going to greatly help you. Then if you get dragged out to Limitless, you can shoot the basketball. If you want to space the floor out more, you can shoot the basketball from the top of the key from a couple feet back. Lucky number 7. Now this badge is decent and quite overpowered on the 1v1 court. It helps you have higher percentages of shots on all type of shots, not dunks and layups, but any type of jump shot or post fade or whatever in the first 7 seconds of the shot clock. Now on 3v3, which is the most popular game mode, and on 2v2, the first 3 to 4 to 5 seconds, depending on how good of players you're playing or against, you're spending that time getting the ball up the court or inbounds. So this badge makes no sense to me. People say, yeah, it's a great badge, it works. I think, like, does it pop up for you? Because it's not the first 7 seconds of you holding the basketball. It's the first 7 seconds of the shot clock. So it's like a clutch shooter, but for the first 7 seconds. You know what I'm saying, bro? If clutch shooter, say, only worked for the last 7 seconds of a possession or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They have very small applications for that badge. Same with this. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting this badge in the D tier. If you like this badge on the ones, go for it, bro. Outside of that, you should not be using it. Mismatch Expert. They nerfed the badge. They might as well have told us you know what I'm saying? They might as well have fucking removed it, bro, because this badge is still overpowered. Like, I don't know what type of nerf that was. I sometimes feel like I will play a guard and I'll get like an open contest, a low percent contest. Guard would be bricking. I jump at somebody with a fucking lockdown, or somebody with Hall of Fame Intimidator like my center, and with a high contest, and they green like a 20%. I I feel like this badge makes people shoot better contested than they shoot wide open. I don't know if that's just me. Let me know in the comments if y'all have similar experiences. Mismatch Expert is cracked. If you're anyone that's below, I'd say 6'3", run this badge as high as you get it. Any bigman that steps out on you, any lock that's tall, any small forward, any wingman, you're just gonna be getting no contests. Combined with blinders, oh brother, bro. You get the bigman on the switch, it could be the greatest bigman ever. You're probably gonna get a 3-up, you know what I'm saying? Whether you make it or not, that's up to you. Rhythm shooter, a lot of people downplay this badge. It basically, if you dribble a lot before you shoot, I wouldn't say it's something you run Hall of Fame, because a lot of people don't have the badge points for it, especially if y'all are on current gen. The guards I play with say that rhythm shooter, definitely they run it on like silver, gold, bronze, something like that, and it definitely helps them out. I'll put it in the B tier. If you're a guard that dribbles to score, it's gonna activate by default, because I mean, even if you do a couple size ups and you run left right, it still activates you as long as you do some dribble moves before you shoot the basketball. Which, I mean, unless you're a left riding bot, or you know what I'm saying, you're an idiot that runs around the court the whole day, you should be activating this badge every time you're playing the game. Now, how much it boosts your shot and how important it is compared to badges like blinders, mismatch expert, other badges coming up, you know what I'm saying, hot zone hunter, chef, like that's left to be discussed. But it definitely helps you if you're a guard that dribbles, which is something you should be on this game, you know what I'm saying? If you're a guard that doesn't dribble in this game, I don't know what you're doing on the basketball court. I don't know how many games you're winning. Set shooter, a lot of people say this badge is useless. Set shooter activates when you take, the longer you take after standing still. I think it doesn't have to be catch and shoot set shooter. I think you can walk up the court and just stand still. It's the opposite of stop and pop, which is the badge we have coming up. So the longer you take after stopping and not shooting and having the basketball in your hands, the more of a boost you get. For a corner lock, obviously, it's not going to work because you're going to get jumped at. For a guard, it's obviously not going to work. For an outside center or a popping center, a center that pops, say your guard gets double teamed, the lock is defended in the corner. Say your guard gets doubled on the twos, you're wide open on the twos with 19-19 game on the line, whatever. If you're wide open, take your time, you know what I'm saying? Square up, you know what I'm saying? Test the air, you know, that's the badge, you know what I'm saying? You got to look at your defender and say, hey, what's good? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Take your time, set your feet, shuffle your body up, and then pull up. I've seen people that use this badge have very, 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 very high success rates of almost never missing if they take a second to get wide open. With shooting being as easy as it already is, any extra boost that prevents a full bar, that prevents a gather, anything, you know what I'm saying, bro? Anything that prevents you from missing wide open is a big difference maker in this game, because if you're missing wide open, you ain't winning many games, bro. If you get an open shot, you gotta capitalize. So I'm putting set shooter in the C tier, you know what I'm saying? Because not useful for a lot of archetypes. For the ones that is, it does a great job. Definitely have it in, just throw it in there on like bronze, silver, just throw it in there on something. Slippery off ball, E tier, no explanation needed. If you run around off ball, I guess you can do that. I mean, I've seen dexing against small guards be effective and annoying. I don't know why you need slippery off ball. Like I said, if you're backdooring someone, they're probably a 5'9" guard. I mean, that's how y'all old heads play. Y'all love to backdoor to small guard. Just slippery off ball is gonna do nothing for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead. I mean, it does its job, but that job is done without the badge also. Sniper. I'm not gonna turn this into complaining about sniper thing, because I don't mind that people are hitting a lot of wide open shots. The only problem, obviously the badge is going in the S tier. This is the first shooting badge you should put on, the first badge that should go to Hall of Fame, to gold, wherever you get it on. This is the only badge that you should be having on Hall of Fame if you're anyone but a guard, because if you have like a lot of silvers and golds, most people just get this badge on Hall of Fame, have it on Hall of Fame. Trust me. My only problem with sniper is the fact that it's supposed to be the opposite of flexible release, whereas when you time your shot perfectly, it's supposed to boost your shot percentages, but when you get a late or an early, it's supposed to greatly decrease them. Something in the game code is broken and people hit lates and earlies with this badge on. That should not be happening. This badge should be rewarding people with damn near perfect shot timing and punishing everything else. And then a lot less people will start using it and a lot less whites will go in. 2K, if y'all can fix that about sniper, that will be good. For people perfectly timing their shots wide open and hitting their wide open shots with high 3-point ratings is perfectly fine. Getting open in this game takes skill. So I'm cool with people hitting wide open shots. Stop and pop. Any guard, any ISO, or any screens guard, anybody that dribbles the basketball needs to have this badge as high as it goes. Once you get open, you're gonna stop and you're gonna shoot right away as soon as you can before the defense gets to you. This badge literally just boosts those shots. So the most comp, the most sweaty, the most toxic, I guess you could say, shot, whatever y'all like to say, in the game gets boosted by this badge. Have it on anybody that handles the basketball, that ISOs, whatever, after you do any moves, after you left, right, whatever. Anybody that moves with the basketball should have this badge on. And lastly, of course, we got volume shooter. The badge, you have to take at least one shot every 60 seconds, at least 2 shots every 60 seconds, so within 60 seconds of each other. I wouldn't say it's a trash badge. I just feel like the shooting, the boost that it gives you is kind of remedial compared to anything that I'm gonna have in here, like hot zone, corner, chef, catch, clutch, Deadeye, green machine, spot up, rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Obviously the S tier badges. I'm gonna put it nice in the C tier. The boost it gives you is noticeable. Guards use it on like bronze or silver. Some guards use it Hall of Fame. If you play 2s, if you get the boost really high up, especially if you're missing and your center gets your board and you get the ball back, it will add up. It will become powerful. But if you're not taking literally a shot in the volume shooter range and you're stacking it up to like level 3, level 4, level 5, you know what I'm saying, 6 shots right after each other, then it's not useful at all. You don't need that small boost. It's better to get a bigger boost from all these other badges. Well, that's gonna be it for the video, man. Like I said, use this knowledge, get good, get better, go get these dubs. Thank you everybody for the support and the love. I'm out. Y'all keep grinding, y'all keep doing y'all thing. Drop me a like if you made it to the end of the video. Peace out, bro.